live now. It should be coming in shortly. What I want to cover today is a super exciting feature that I knew was coming, but I thought it was going to take a lot longer than it actually took to arrive. And this is all about Kartra, and it really addresses the number one downfall that has always been the reason why I haven't recommended Kartra to more people has been when it comes to building out a full website. You know, a home page, a contact page, an about me page, as well as your sales funnel. Kartra has had a glaring weakness, and they've gotten rid of that weakness entirely as of today's announcement. And so I want to cover that feature with you and show you how awesome it will be for many, many people. And I'll just kind of go through it. I've just tested it a little bit myself. This is like a hot off the press type of video. So I really hope you enjoy this type of content. And also, so let's just take a step back. Like WordPress versus Kartra. Like, what are the fundamental differences between these two types of a platform? Let me come here so I can kind of explain that. So on the WordPress side, it's not just a funnel, obviously. It's a full-blown content management system. So you can have many pages that share templates. So your pages can all kind of look the same. Your posts can all kind of look the same. You're not starting from scratch every single time. You've got your header, your sidebar, your footer, some pop-ups, some global JavaScript that can run on your pages, a lot of technical details. Long story short, you're not building everything from scratch. On the Kartra side and on other funnel building platforms, you're pretty much starting with a blank canvas, which is great because you have full flexibility. The downside with this, however, is that when it comes to creating a second blog post or making all your pages look the same with your header and your footer all kind of cohesive, that's always been a challenge because as soon as you have to update one of your links in your pages, you have to go through every single other page and make those adjustments. Well, as you can probably allude to, that has been rectified, and we're going to go ahead and show that new feature here with you. Looks like everything's going here. Hey, Eric Earl, hey, how's it going, man? It's that time. It's time for me to go live a little bit. So this is a Kartra video. I think you're going to like this. We're going to go in and show you the new Kartra Sites feature, and let's just explain that by going through and doing it. So if I go in here to make a new page, what you've always been able to do, let's just launch a blank page. We're going to start from nothing here. We're going to call this a home page, for example. You've always been able to link this to a category, and this could be like ideally linked down by the client you're working with or by the funnel itself that you're organizing everything into, but it never really passed any details from page A to page B all within the same category. Here is actually different. So we're going to call this just my YouTube example category because I'm not going to use this for anything for real. But now you've got a third drop-down option for you to work with here, which is the site. And so you can think of this as kind of that hierarchy. This is the family where this page is related to that page and it should share some of the same features. This is huge around Google Analytics tracking script, Google Tag Manager, Facebook Pixel, all those types of things where if you've been doing this like I have, you've been copy and pasting. Oh, you're gonna love this. So here I've made one quick one just to test around. Let's go ahead and manage our sites. And it'll kind of explain here that a site is a bundle of pages that belong to the single project, most likely a website. So this is how you can brand your content easily and effectively. So we'll call this my YouTube branded site, since I'm doing this on YouTube. And under pages on this site, this will give you an entire dropdown of all of the pages that are currently inside of your Kartra account. And you can include these. So if you're going to like post date or bring a website that has been kind of cobbled together, if you want to bring that together with the same branding, with the same styles, you can do that here. I'll skip that for now. I'll say we're not going to start with any pages right now. I simply want to create this new site, and then we can go ahead and create the content with it in just a second. So I'll click add, and so now I have two sites. I've got, well, no site in particular. This is what we start out with. We have my YouTube branded site, and then Convert Dash, which is the one I was testing just before I came onto this live. So we'll go ahead and click on done here. And now we're going back to our area. We have our homepage under the YouTube category, and we're going to put this all underneath the site of our YouTube branded site. Now we have the option here to import all the global elements already, but right now just follow along with me. We don't have any global elements because I'm creating this. So we're going to go ahead and leave this toggle off, and in the next website, we'll go ahead and start pulling that content in dynamically into that web page. We'll go ahead and create this. And by the way, guys, so if you are looking at getting into agency work, client work, and you want to start building funnels for people, Kartra, as of today, is my number one recommendation. WordPress is fantastic if it's your own business and you don't really know where it's going to go. You want to be able to run a podcast, do a blog, do all sorts of different things. WordPress has that functionality it's just not the easiest to use. If you want to be able to get up and running quickly with some sales funnels and test it and get fantastic data, Kartra is the way to go. And if you want to use my affiliate link, incomemesh.com/Kartra, I'm kicking around some ideas on what I can do, and I'll make some very special offers for the affiliates that go through my link. So stay tuned for more content on that. But here we are, so our page is loaded. Let's go ahead and start to build out a page. What I want to do here is have a header bar, have some content, and have a footer bar. And that'll just be what we start out with. So I'll come here to my sections, and like any other web page, I'll add in my content. So let's add this logo, or this header here. Go back to my sections. Let's add a hero section. And let's go ahead and just do something like this. And finally, let's go in and add a footer section down here, and let's go ahead and find this footer. Here we go. Okay, so a nice light themed website. We've got a white logo and a white logo here. So let me go ahead and add a quick little logo just to show you what the dynamic nature of this is. So let me go into this image here and just add in my Income Mesh logo. Yeah, Kevin, I'll do that question. I'll answer how I go live at the end of this video for sure. I've got some or a blog post on that as well. So I've updated my logo here. Let's update a logo here just to make it kind of the same styling. All right, so we have new logos. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. Okay, so we got that logo. We've got this logo up top. Now let me just say, for example, my branding color. Let's do some quick branding on this. Let's give one color, maybe this. I don't know, just pick something out for now. This is going to be our branding color throughout the website, right? So we're going to hit apply here. Let's come down here and just apply this color as well. Got to make sure, kids have started school already, so got to make sure I watch my time before I have to go and leave and pick up my daughter. And then let's just, for simplicity, let's add the color into one of these icons here. And I still sometimes struggle with getting the exact right selection here. So we'll skip the bottom of coloring here. Let's just add some basic content. This is my example site. Okay, so we have created a website here, and what I want to do is go here to this new section. On the left-hand side, you have a new section called Sites that's above the settings area. And so this is where you can control what belongs to which site. You can import or export content to a single page or to many pages. Let me explain how that looks. So here, first, underneath, you've got the export and import. So this is like, are you trying to pull changes onto the page you're working on, or are you trying to push those changes into the rest of the site, whatever you have working on your organization so far. And then within that, so the things you can control here are default styles. That's like the font weight, the colors, things like that. SEO parameters. Got to be careful there. You don't really want to push the exact same SEO parameters to every page in your site. Tracking codes is huge. So if you come here to your settings and you go to tracking codes, how annoying is it to put the same Google Tag Manager script into the head, body, all day long? So if you are a geek like I am and you like to work in Google Tag Manager, you can put one code into one of your pages and push that code into anywhere else. It's fantastic. A beautiful thing. Header menu, footer, help desk, landing pop-up, exit pop-up, alert bar. So what this means is that any one of these things, if you have something that is going to be branded across your website, you can say my header menu is going to be branded across my website and my footer menu is going to be branded across my website. Boom. All right. So then what you do, because we're on the export version, we've got the changes here. Let's say you've updated a link and whatnot, and you want to push this to the rest of your site. All you have to do is select which pages to push it to, which right now we don't have any because we just created the site. So we'll show you that in a second, but you'll be able to select those pages, hit apply. And what it's going to do is it's going to take the dynamic content you developed in that one page and push it into any other page which belongs to that specific site. I hope I said that correctly and clearly. We'll go ahead and proceed on this, which right now is not really going to do anything because there's only one page in this site, right? But we're going to go ahead and show you how awesome this is in a second. So let's go to actions and publish live. By the way, how's my audio? I broke my boom mic the other day, or my boom stand for the mic. So I'm having it on the desk here. I'm worried that it picks up too much of the keyboard sound and too much of my movement around the desk, but let me know in the comments if this is coming in loud and clear. Okay, so we have our one page, and nothing here is really that special. You know, we could have always done this. Not the most beautiful page I've ever designed, I will admit, but that's okay. It's going to work for this example. So once we've created one page, there's nothing special there. What's really special is when you start creating page number 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So now let's just make another page here, and we'll do a second blank page. We'll launch into the builder, and here's where we're going to do something a little different. So let's say we're going to make a contact page. Contact me. Under category, again, this is only for your internal organization. This doesn't do anything as far as the content is concerned, but we'll keep it under the YouTube category for consistency. Now, the site, we're going to take this YouTube branded site. That's what we just created. All right. And now it'll give you the option. Do you want to import all the global elements from this site, header, menu, blah, 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 to this page? So yes or no. I'll say yes on this one to show you what this will do, and I'll create this page. But you don't have to select it right there. You can select it at any given time, and I'll let you know how that looks. Okay, so now, boom, boom. So I don't know what that was, boom, boom. So we have the page created. The header is intact. The footer is intact. The text and the customization and the colors are all correct. Fantastic. So let's add a little bit more content here. Let's add oh, goodness gracious. Let's just do a quick little testimonial. I know this is a contact form page, but I don't want to waste time doing things that aren't that important. So we have a page here that's built out. Now let's say we want to link this page to our header up here. So let me publish this live so I can grab the link to the specific page. All right, so we're going to get the page link. I'll copy that. Let me just confirm let's go to that page real quick. All right, so we have our testimonials page, which is called contact. I'm really messing up this example, but I hope you get the idea here. So we have our page here. I'm noticing an issue. Again, like I said, this is first look at this feature. Looks like my image isn't quite there correctly. So let's take a look here. This is all looking correct. Let me go to this contact link and link this up with this page. So let me link it to a Kartra page, and under the site, this will be a YouTube branded site, and under page, contact me. Okay, and we'll open it in the same tab. So I've hit the save, and my understanding is if you want this link, in the old days, if you wanted to do that for a new item on your header menu, you'd have to go into every page individually and update that link. Now all we should have to do, this is a brand new feature, so we'll see if it's working as expected. I just updated the header menu, so I'm going to click on header menu here, and I'll be able to update the header menu in any of the pages I select or all pages by default. So I want to update this to all the pages. I'll hit apply and proceed. And now if all is correct, if everything worked nicely, when I go to my home page, let me hit refresh, and I'll only hit refresh a time or two. There's probably some caching going on. Okay, I've got all my stuff is looking correct here. If I click on this contact button, let's see here. All right, so the header menu, I've applied across all pages. And this one here, if I preview the page, open it in the preview. Now when I click on contact, this should take me, okay, so it takes me to the page. So it looks good here. Let me, also let's go to this image here. And you would expect this to take you to the home page, right? So let's go ahead and go to the link on that image. And that link should take us to a Kartra page within that site. And the page we want to send it to is the home page, for example. And we'll apply this change as well. And let's come here back to our sites and export the header menu once again to all the pages of the site. This should allow us to have that functionality where no matter where I am, if I've imported this site feature, this button should take me to the home page. This button should take me to the contact page. Let's return to let's publish live again. Always want to make sure you might have to save more than you want to just to make sure everything's working correctly. I'll go to the page. The contact page is taking me there correctly, but my images aren't showing up correctly. This is why we do things live, because if there's a mistake, you can't undo it. Okay, so it looks like we're having some issues with our images, which is fun. Let me see one last thing here, and let me go. Let me just take, for example, let me go to this home link here. I just want to see if the changes are pushing correctly. So I'll link this home button here to my branded site, to the home page, apply. Let me save progress. I got a few people watch me fumble around here because before I went live here, I did test it and I had some of the same issues, but I was like, let me just, it'll work itself out, right? You never really know. All right, so let's export this one last time and let's go out and back in. What I'm guessing is there's just some sort of caching issue going on. Probably when you do it immediately and then expect the changes, that's probably what we're seeing some issues with. And in all honesty, if you've been around the online world for a while, you'll know when you get to a certain level of techiness, every issue can ultimately be explained by caching. There's always a caching problem somewhere, somehow. So let me go here to this page. This is my home page. I'm going to open it up in a different tab. My images are showing up when I click on the home button. Well, let's go to the contact button here. Okay. So day one is looking a little bit rough. If I'm giving you guys honest feedback, it's looking a little bit rough. Good question. Kevin asked, it might be my browser. So let me go to Firefox. I'm working right now in Google Chrome. So let me go to Firefox. Having that same issue. Okay, so I am seeing that at least the home button and the contact button are both, they were updated. Oh, no, it doesn't look like it. So, okay, so let me go ahead and kind of conclude the tutorial side, because there is something going on technically in the Kartra world that is probably not working quite correctly. I'll go ahead and shoot this video in as kind of a user acceptance testing. You can see the power of what we're doing here, though. Like, let me show you one last example of where this is going to be super beneficial for people who do this professionally. Is when you go into edit your page, and this should be a very clear one to see. So let me just edit this page. I want to update the tracking script. I'm a huge Google Tag Manager fan, but that means that every single page needs to have its own script added in, and there's 2 different snippets and all sorts of stuff. So I'll just add some gibberish here. So Google Tag Manager 1, GTM2, GTM3. So you might have multiple different snippets of code that you would put into your web pages. One might be for SEO, one might be for a special functionality, or maybe funalytics or some sort of tracking script you have going on. But the idea here, maybe this is what's going on here. Still more play needs to be done here, but we're going to go ahead and take that tracking script, the tracking codes, and we should be able to export that to all pages in the site. And I'll proceed here. All right, so export process has been initiated. You know, maybe this is probably what's going on, guys. If I'm being honest, the changes will be uploaded to the internet shortly. It probably is just, there's probably some batch job, and because doing it live is not real time, or it is real time, I might just be asking a little bit too much for it right now. But we'll see for sure. All right, so we've uploaded the changes. The page probably won't even resolve because I put gibberish into the script. Okay, it did resolve, so that's good. If I come back in here, I should be able to go, so I'm on the contact page now. If I go back to the home page, I should be able to now see the new tracking script that I put from the different page. It should be brought in to the tracking script on this page, and that is going to be a huge time saver. I cannot even begin to tell you. Okay, and so there you go. So this is working correctly. I'll be honest, I did not put a square into that. So I'm going to go ahead and send in some probable bug finds here. But again, if you think about the big picture, what this is now allowing you to do, you can actually build out a real business website, not just a funnel, all using Kartra. Is it always and forever going to be better than WordPress? No, I'm not saying that. I'm still a WordPress guy, but I'm giving credit where it's due, and there's some serious benefit in what is being created here for us with Kartra. With a single monthly bill, I'll be honest, like one of our businesses is strongly considering making the full leap into the Kartra world. And this is when the bugs get worked out, this is going to be a serious thing to consider, and it'll be hard to say no for the cost versus benefit of the all-in-one platform. So that's my quick little walkthrough. Just want to come on for a minute or so to show you that. Let me check the questions real quick. So Kevin is asking, will I list what software I use to go live? Absolutely. I use an open source broadcasting software. I think it's called OBS. It's the best, in my opinion. It's not the easiest to use. It's a little bit techy. I'm going to do something crazy and bring kind of like Inception. This is the broadcasting software. So I can actually pull in my comments from YouTube Live and from Facebook Live immediately here, and I can switch scenes, intro to my thing, and if I want to show my full screen, full webcam, you can create all these different scenes and manage it that way, which is pretty fun for going live. I can really just click start streaming and start talking, which is pretty cool. Eric got his coffee. Hope you can catch up. Absolutely, man. It's a short video. This is definitely a potential video. It's not there yet. Maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I don't think so because I'm just walking through it step by step. So Kevin's saying, so it's like a step saver in Elementor or Thrive, just don't have to save it as a template. Exactly. So with Thrive, you could go through and make anything a symbol or a template and be able to rinse and repeat and use it in different places. This is the same thing. They're just giving you a bit more limitations. For example, having the header menu, you might in Thrive create 5 different header menus, one for landing pages, one for your home pages, one for your membership areas. You might have different header menus. This one allows you to just simply create one per site. So you might have, for example, you might create 3 sites under the same brand, but you'd be able to create 3 different exoskeletons. You might have a different header for landing pages versus a different header for your membership area, and just call those different sites here in Kartra, which would give you that same effect. The downside with that is if you want to be able to mix and match, let's say you want some pop-ups to be the same on multiple sites, you'll have to rebuild that pop-up, it looks like, and then save it to different sites there. But that's kind of where you've got that save section area. Like you can always come in here and simply save this as a favorite. Why am I showing you not my screen? What I was showing you here was the mix and match here. You only have one header to choose from, but if you wanted to make a second site to kind of have a different exoskeleton for your content, you can come in and not delete. You can come in here and use that save section as a template, where this would be static. This wouldn't be kind of linked up like the global items are, but this would be a way you could port this from one Kartra site to a different Kartra site. That'd be my recommendation there. Okay, looks like my buffering is okay. So I'm having some buffering issues. I love my new house, but the internet here is not as good as it used to be. So we'll see how it goes. So my last kind of call to action here is I'm getting more and more interested in Kartra. I'm doing a lot of videos on different tools here. And the one that I keep coming back to, as I see, is growing and is becoming the right solution for a lot of people is Kartra. So if you're interested in learning more, if you haven't signed up for it yet, you might be following my WordPress content, but you want to get into a business model that you can maybe do on the side of your main thing or to replace your main thing, agency work with Kartra is really easy. I mean, using the tech is really easy. It's easier doing it in Kartra than it is in WordPress or anywhere else. Obviously, client work itself is not easy, but there's a whole other slew of content I can go through into that. If you're interested in giving Kartra a test, you can sign up for, I think, 14 days for free or 14 days for $1, something very, very minor. You can go to incomemesh.com/Kartra, and I am going to offer some pretty cool bonuses as I want this feature to work, and then I'll be going into kind of content creation mode, and I'll offer some really cool stuff to my signed up affiliates. So go ahead and sign up if you're interested, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.